now sitting with the kids at the pool table. I'm Miss Monroe. I'm here with...
It's your big kinfolk, J Flake.
Cute Joe.
All right, so let's dig in. Whew, all right, so there's been a lot going on this week.
Oh, yeah, it has.
There's been a whole lot going on this week. We got a topic for tonight is the side chicks of, what's it, Charlotte? Is that what it
The
is?
side chicks of Charlotte.
Is that the
North
topic
Carolina.
or is that just the news?
No, that's gonna be. I mean, it's news, but it's gonna have to be a topic. It's just too much. It's too much meat in that for us not to dissect.
Whole lot of meat. Arby's ain't got enough meat for this subject right
He
here.
said oh god,
We can do
he
it.
said Arby's. Anyways, before we get into that, let me do some shout outs real quick. Shout out to Otis.
Hold on, we doing some more shout outs?
Not like we did last week though. Not at
It's
all.
some more
Right,
shots.
you sure this is what you want?
Somebody shooting shots
Which,
again.
by the way, he cracked up at y'all for that. Cause I told him, he said, you kept your word. I said, I told you, don't let me get creative now. You don't want that. You do not want that.
Here we go.
Anyways, no, shout out to Otis. You know Otis.
Yeah, I know Otis.
Right. Shout out to Otis. Single Bar, they do the comedy shows, free comedy shows. Every other Friday they're doing one this
Right.
Friday, I believe. Yeah. So Single Bar in Smyrna. So I'm giving him a shout out because he always shows me a lot of love. Let's see. Shout out my girl Lana Boo. Her birthday's coming up. Be turning to big 3-0.
Happy birthday, Lana Boo.
Birthday to you.
Yeah.
And shout out to
Happy
our listeners.
birthday.
Y'all got us double plays this week.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
We
that's what we
doubled
talking
our
about.
plays this past week.
about.
So,
Double your
about.
pleasure, double your fun.
okay, see now they're not gonna play no more. Like what you doing? You trying to run them off?
We had one listening in Africa, man. We sure appreciate that. I tell y'all better jump on us, man. This podcast hot, man.
Man, it's taking off. It's taking
We
off.
international
I'm
waters.
So
Are we big enough for Russia to hack our podcast yet?
no, we're not that big yet.
Okay,
We're
okay.
not that big yet. No.
Probably coming soon, though.
Coming soon.
Probably so.
Probably so. So, also in regards to that, shout out to my cousin Taylor, who's always sharing our stuff. My friend Brandon Scott, and my coworkers, Sarah and Frank, because Frank is always sharing and Sarah's always listening. Actually, Sarah said she was like, she wished we came on every day.
Dang, Sarah, we sure
and
appreciate that
and that's the
love.
goal.
We
You know
sure
what I'm saying?
appreciate the
We're
love, Sarah.
We're trying to get our own for real show, whether it's on internet radio, whether it's on terrestrial radio.
Right.
Like that's the goal. So we
Satellite
really appreciate-
radio, whatever.
Yeah.
right?
Your grandmama's radio, whoever.
Yeah.
The grandmamas really.
Hey, they need to listen to this too
Tube
now.
radio.
So that means y'all need to keep listening, and not
Morse
only keep
code.
listening, but share. Tell the people about us. We cannot be a success without y'all sharing and telling people about us.
Very
Yeah,
true.
that's
We
what
appreciate y'all
secret.
fans that jumped on first. Y'all knew it was hot already from the
Man,
start,
I'm
from the
saying,
beginning.
right?
We love y'all.
And there's so much stuff that we working on that we gonna be doing. So just keep supporting. Any suggestions? I'm very open to suggestions. People
Right.
give us suggestions all the time. So please let us know. And also too, I never heard from any artists. Did you hear from any artists?
I really didn't. I even had that on my Facebook post. I hadn't heard
I
from
saw that you
anybody.
did. So I'm sure I really want to do that. Especially because my background comes from music, so I want to help out anybody doing music, especially if you're doing something good. And I know how hard it is. We trying to build an audience. I know y'all are too. Let's help each other out.
Right.
But anyways, so how was y'all's week? I know mine was interesting. I got locked out of my car Friday.
Wow.
I had to climb through the trunk of my car.
So I heard.
Climb through the trunk.
So I heard.
So my car is super old, bro. Which is why I need y'all to support, because I'm broke. I'm so
Yeah.
broke. I'm putting my
You-
money into this. This
When you a little
equipment
bitty
is not
person, you
cheap.
climb through your trunk to get
Yeah.
in your car.
Okay, so
She got
look,
that Geo Metro.
I was trying to get my, trying to keep my figurine right. Went to the gym, and I went to the gym hungry, and I normally don't do that. And I was in such a rush to get home, I messed around and left my daggone keys in the trunk. So I had to call AAA, but the button on my trunk don't work. So he was like, he's like, either you have to climb through or we got to tow it. And I'm like, yeah, I got no extra money to tow it. So I
Right.
just renewed my service today. 'Cause I didn't even
Lord
renew
have
the
mercy.
service.
Did this woman say figurine?
And she had me lost on that
My
figurine too.
mama says that, so that's why I said
She
it.
got me thinking she had some all God's children in her trunk in her car or something. That's what I thought.
Some precious moments.
Right.
My mother uses that word. She
Trying to keep my figurine.
Right.
Okay. I see you.
Shout out to my mommy. Hey.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Look, Q said because he know.
Lady.
Because
Don't
if Jay say
you
something and I
know
don't say
that-
something, then
She
yeah.
gon' I see Q and won't shout me out on the show. You already know how mama is,
Yeah.
so yeah, she'll let
But
you
she
have
ain't,
it.
she ain't got my bridge over troubled water number, so she can't call me.
You know, mama find a way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Look, I don't know if you remember the story or not. That time she snatched my phone out of my hand and had a little conversation with somebody we both know who called my phone tripping. And she was like, "Oh no, we're not having this." We had our own conversation. Told me to go in the other room.
That's what mamas is there for. You know how they do. Mama bird gonna always protect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyways, enough about that. How was y'all's week?
My week was good. Really didn't have nothing special going on this week except normal housework as a husband does. That was about it.
Interesting.
That was about it.
Didn't
But
you
hey,
say
I got
something
some
about a
shows
job?
coming up.
Okay.
On June 15th, I'll be in Hendersonville.
There you
June 22nd,
There you
I'll be in Murfreesboro as well. Just look out for the Facebook posts because
There
they
you go.
will
Plug
be
it.
posted
Plug
here
Oh,
it.
pretty
yeah,
soon.
definitely, because we got to be there to support.
Oh, yeah, y'all got to be there for sure. Hear
You
your
make
boy
that
cut
trek
up on that
all the
stage.
way down to Murfreesboro.
I'm sorry.
We get VIP.
Yeah.
Can we at least get?
Hey, I got y'all. What you ain't got to pay it again. I got you.
That's
I
what I'm
okay with
talking
that.
about.
We can
Yeah, I
do that.
got
We can
you.
do that. Yeah.
Velvet rope.
No, I don't know about no velvet rope now. I ain't made it that big yet. It's more like a robe. It's more like that rope to go around the robe. That's about all I
I
got.
take some
right
velvet
now.
yarn. That you know.
Yeah, some velvet yarn.
Yeah,
I
just,
guess.
just
Anyways,
as long as we sectioned off.
we
Gotcha.
all getting off of that. Talking about some yarn. You mentioned in our conversation, we got a little, our little group chat we be doing. We be
Yeah.
prepping for the show. Somebody said something really interesting to you.
Man, let me tell you about this. Now, this
Uh-oh.
did happen this week that was interesting. We having a conversation. I don't know how we got on the conversation of sex. However, somebody made the comment to me as, if you want sex more than once in a day, you are a sex addict. I said, how?
Negative.
How?
Houseway.
Yeah, like negative. Like how I don't even know how that we put that in the message. I was like, negative. End of conversation. Next point, please.
Like, are you having it with multiple people in one
Now,
day?
I thought about that.
That's just disgusting. Now, we had this conversation last week. Do we want to visit that one again?
No, we don't. We discussed that topic.
We had talked about with the person that morning before you went to work, and then when you get off work, the same person. We talking about the
and
same
they said
person.
that makes you an addict.
That's
It makes
90s
you-
R&B. What are you talking about?
Right. They must not heard
They
no
must not be
90s
doing
R&B.
it right. Like, I'm sorry if I.
Remember R. Kelly 12 play?
Hey, we don't mention him on the show.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's just
no
a
molesters
song.
on this show.
You remember H-Town?
Yeah, H-Town.
Somebody
Jodeci.
rocking, knocking.
Every time I close my eyes.
Yeah.
You know how many times you close your eyes in a day?
Man.
I
Man.
wake up feeling so horny.
So you saying they were sex addicts?
They had to be in this
Jodeci,
person's
yeah,
eyes.
right.
Well, yeah.
They
it
might
is.
qualify.
It is.
Every
Jodeci.
time you close
But-
your You're blinking and you horny.
Right.
What about the offshoot, Drew Hill?
Drew Hill.
Hey, they was telling them what they wanted
Yeah.
in the morning, and they
Yeah.
told them again that night.
Yeah. Till you had somebody sleeping in your bed. That just got weird.
Well, that's gonna be the topic
Somebody.
of today about sleeping in other people's beds. That's gonna be the topic. So that's on point. Let's get
I
to
just
these.
didn't understand it though.
But
I mean, how you a sex addict if you want it more than once in a day? I got thinking that your man must not be
look,
laying
just
it
'cause your
down.
libido extra low. You got that shallow libido.
Right.
Don't make everybody else the addict. Like you abnormal, not us.
Libido
Maybe she
down.
like 50 or 60.
No, if it's a woman,
Nah,
50
she
or
wasn't
60,
that
they
old.
it's usually still pretty high.
Yeah, you know,
Ours goes up
as we
age.
decline, they
Right.
go up.
Yeah.
That's why they came out with them little blue pills for us.
To keep up.
Right. We ain't get no money from that, so I ain't saying they name.
I see
But
what
you
you
know what
did
I'm
there.
talking about.
I see what you did there to keep up. I see what you did.
Yes, to keep up. Yeah.
For the men who can't afford that, just get your Red Bull and the Snickers. It does about the same thing.
Usually, if you having issues with, if you having ED issues, usually you already have a heart problem. You trying to kill them? You trying to tell them to take Red Bull?
Man,
Seriously?
get him a stack or two. Y'all
He
remember
be
that?
all right. Yeah. No, you don't want to take those. They have not been approved. They just on the shelves.
Anyways, let's get to this news.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Bill Maher. This Bill Maher situation and him using the N-word.
Bill Maher know better.
I've been seeing a lot of mixed emotions about it. I mainly see people disagreeing, but I saw a video. What's his name? Orlando Brown?
Yeah, Orlando Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, his video was pretty interesting.
Which Orlando Brown? Like That's So Raven Orlando
no,
Brown?
not over.
A crackhead Orlando
I
Brown.
was about to say which Orlando.
Where we
Brown?
going?
I'm sorry, that's the wrong name in it. It's the guy from Drumline movie. He played the band
I know
director.
you talking about.
Yeah.
Orlando?
Orlando Brown.
His name is Orlando.
His name Orlando Brown too, I believe.
Brown?
Yeah.
It was like
Okay, no,
Jones
we
or something.
apologize. That's not, if that's
If
the
it's
wrong
wrong, we
But y'all
apologize.
know
His name
But
is
you know,
Orlando.
Mr. Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking
You
about.
started
Sprite
off on Man
commercial.
TV.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
with the big eyes.
Yeah, and his eyes was very big in the video we made.
Give him a little flight
But
of the
the
bumblebee.
thing was, he made a really great point, though. First of all, okay, so the context in which Bill Maher used it in, he was meeting with some Republican.
I don't want to say his name wrong, but it was like Sass or Sassay. That's his name. It's like Sass or Sassay or Sissy or something like that.
Oh,
Was he wearing a
guys.
romper?
It's
Anyway,
SASSE. I want to
Negative,
say.
don't say that. That is so mean. Don't say that.
He's sassy.
But y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all look at y'all
You
YouTube
trying-
it, Google it.
I'm telling you.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, so he said you need to get out in the field and do the work with us. And in return, Bill Maher said, "Nah, I'm a house. You know
Well,
what?"
first he was like in the fields.
right in
Yeah.
the fields. Right.
Come on now. I'm a house.
Negro.
Right.
Right. So, a lot of people upset about that. And the point that Orlando made was that, you got black people running around calling Bill Clinton the first black president. However, some of the, laws that he implemented are the reason why the black prison population is so high.
That is
Yet
correct.
You're really upset at Bill Maher for
Right.
making, a statement, with just words. No action really behind that. So, I mean, I was pretty upset. Not too upset, but when he said that, I was like, dang, I mean, that do kind of make you think, like...
I mean, it make you think, but people were saying that about Bill Clinton because of their own ignorance of what was going on.
Right.
I mean, even they had me thinking that, but I was a youngster at the time, not really
Exactly,
understanding what
right.
all was going on in the background.
And they also didn't foresee Obama. Because after Obama came, they hurry up and reneged on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
First black president. Yeah. Well, what about Bill Clinton? No, he
Skip
just played
Bill
saxophone.
Clinton. Yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Right. Get your car revoked.
Right.
Quickly.
Try to go past. Look,
Quickly.
and look, when Hillary ran, they tried to go past his. Try, swipe that ghetto card. Now it was
Right.
like declined.
Right.
Heard about that hot sauce in your bag. It's over.
She sure did do that. She sure
Oh.
did do that.
But no,
Yeah,
with the Bill Maher situation, I think I won't say it was blatantly insensitive, but you also got to think about what just happened to LeBron with his house being
right.
spray painted.
Exactly. Right.
It's two different sides of the coin. Same word, two different sides of the coin.
Right.
So LeBron said it's hard being a black man, no matter how much money you have. It's hard being black in America.
Right, and you know what? I guess to make that part of the news as well, his house being spray painted with the N word on there, and it just really killed me how people were acting like as if it's not supposed to be a big deal just because you have money. Like, he still has kids. Not only
Right.
that, not only how much money you like. People kill me. I don't know how much money you have. You still have feelings. You still have emotions.
Right,
That does
right.
not make you void of emotions because you have money. You can't put no. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people had money, didn't need therapists. You know what I'm saying? You go lay on your money and, have a talk. Instead of, I guess, you go to pay somebody to have a talk to your problems about. Like, that's what that's for.
And at the end of the day, not that it makes much of a difference, but this is a man with a wife and kids.
Right, exactly. Especially the kids.
Right. Right.
Which I don't know. I didn't see any reports that said that they actually saw it or not, but.
Well, no, it's his LA home.
Okay.
It must be nice to have different homes and stuff.
What you saying?
But it was, I guess he treats that as a summer home. And, he's in the playoffs now. So obviously he's in, Ohio.
But even
Right.
still, I would think his oldest child is enough to probably have heard about it in the news and just know about it anyways.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, it's a messed up situation.
Yeah, since we on that, Mr. Jason Whitlock, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somehow this podcast get to him, Jason Whitlock, you a coon, you a fraud, you everything above. The black people don't want you. We disown you, sir, for making your statement about the LeBron situation
Yeah.
and saying that just because he got money, he is not affected. And you missed the whole point about Emmett Till. His whole point was this is what racism looked like. He wasn't comparing this situation to Emmett Till. He was just saying that let's not forget that it still exists, and she
Right.
had an open casket so everybody can see what this looked like. He wasn't saying his situation was that.
Right.
Not
While
only
you on
that-
there clowning and cooning, shucking and jiving for these so-called people, I'm going to let you know that the people that you are doing this for realize that you a coon, and they don't like coons.
Right.
I got more to say about that, which I can't say on this podcast because I get hot. I got severely hot at Jason Whitlock.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's
So
keep
I
track
might
as
have to
clean
have,
as possible.
yeah, I might have to dirt this up later on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. But you made me forget my point.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was gonna say because he kept trying to say that it wasn't racism. Well, if it's not racism, then right on there you suck. Right on there,
Right,
you know,
right.
I don't like tall people, but you specifically used that word for a reason.
Right.
You don't use that word to be like, oh, well, it's not due to race. Well, that word is significant to race. It's directly linked to back. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, if you use something like that and harm somebody, it's a hate crime. That is a hate crime.
Right. And then the argument is for people who are not of color. Oh, well, y'all call each other that. We put the A on it and not the ER. Like,
Still don't give you the right.
When you heard Bill Maher say it, he used the A, maybe even the AH.
Right.
He used the A on it, and then quickly tried to say, "Hey, it's just a joke."
Right. Because when he first said, he was like, "No, it's just a joke."
Yeah.
And whatever his name, I'm gonna mess his name up, and I'm sorry, Sass or whatever. If you see the video, the look on his face was like, "Ooh."
I'm a Republican, and even I knew you had to say that.
Right.
Oh man! So the next bit of news, which ended up becoming our topic of today, is the side chicks of Charlotte. And I wasn't too concerned about this until I saw the video of them. I don't even know what radio station they were at, but the comments about this freaking show, with them discussing the show, just really, really pissed me off.
You got them all in one place and they didn't fight. It's already better than Love and Hip Hop.
Hey, on the interview, they did say it was some fights involved.
I've seen a preview and that was pulling some girl.
Fights.
She was getting thrown out or something. Or I don't know what, but
are y'all surprised?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't even
not.
watch any of the hip hop Love. None of those.
Too much going on.
I can't even deal. But I mean, this whole side chick thing, like, first of all, the era of side chicks, because I mean, they've been around forever, but the glamorization of it is killing me.
I'm still counting my granddaddy kids. I probably got some aunties and uncles I don't know nothing about.
Oh, I know I do. My grandfather, may he rest in peace. Oh, I know I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because at his funeral, my mother had met another, like, mind you, there was already other kids they really didn't know growing up anyway that they met as they got older. At his funeral, they met another one.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I mentioned on a previous podcast on how my great uncle had passed away, and a woman I had been knowing came to the funeral and was like, "Oh, this was my daddy. Hold on, I've been knowing you this whole time.
Wow.
And your uncle was your daddy, and my uncle was your daddy, and I didn't know it. Like,
right, yeah.
So this ain't nothing new.
It's nothing new, but the glamorization of it is what's killing me.
It's going too far.
It's going too far. And not only that, because in the interview, it was a couple of things that the girls were saying in this interview. Like, one of them was like, "Nobody's a side chick. We're all in this together."
How?
Houseway. Like, I was like, what, excuse me? First of all, if you don't believe...
together.
Wait a minute. First of all, if you really believe there is no side chick, why are you on a show called The Side Chicks of Charlotte?
It's
on
the
top of that,
Justice League.
We all in this together. Talking about something. He ain't your man. He our man. How? If his wife or girlfriend don't know nothing about you, how?
That's like saying, this is our room, but yet I don't know that you have access to this room. If I'm going to the hotel and I've rented this room, it's supposed to be for me. Ain't no our room when you sneaking in and out of it while I'm gone.
Right.
Like, that don't work like that. And then what was the other girl was like?
Oh, one other girl just said that because they asked them, like, do you want to be in a relationship? They was like, nah, I'm good with just getting my bills paid. I've been in a relationship before, and my boyfriend had a side chick, so now she just gonna be involved with being a side chick instead of having a boyfriend because she got cheated on.
A willing participant of stuff that you didn't want to happen to you.
Let me ask y'all this: if they would have changed the name to Love and Hip Hop Charlotte, you think it would have made TV?
I mean, they still trying to get it on TV. That ain't out the question.
I mean, but it's not even. I'm not even cool with those, anyways. But it's just, my thing is this: like, the fact that you're participating in that and hurting somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he knows, you know, but does she know? Now, if you're talking about some, polygamy or whatever, being polyamorous,
yeah, that's different.
That's different. I don't necessarily agree with it, but at least everybody.
Now, that's a team.
Right,
that's working together.
That's the actual team, right? That's actually working together.
I feel like the glamorization of it is no different than y'all remember a few years ago before he died when Shawty Lowe tried to get all his baby mamas on the show.
Yeah, you see how fast that show got shut down.
The glamorization of it, I feel like it's no different.
Look, Lil Boosie tried to do the same thing.
Why would you
with his baby mom?
Like, why? Why is that appealing? Why?
Well, his was more like they wasn't side chick. They was just like all his kids' moms, and they got shut down quick too because BET like, nah, we ain't having it.
I just don't understand.
You gotta go to VH1.
They were like, we ain't having it.
What?
Yeah, that's why I didn't post. They tried to shop it around everywhere. Lil Boosie came out and said they wasn't having it. Yeah,
Bravo got him.
Well, yeah, Bravo.
On TLC, because TLC be having people on there eating toilet paper, so I don't see why they have an objection.
Hold on, let me say this about TLC. TLC don't come out with another music black legend movie. Y'all have ruined every last one of them.
You talking about Lifetime?
Oh, it was Lifetime. Oh, my bad,
Man,
TLC.
get your-
We
get
apologize.
your-
We apologize.
You gonna
I'm sorry.
interject with some foolishness.
I said I was
Hey,
sorry.
you know I still ain't seen that Aaliyah movie.
I don't
first of
plan
all-
on seeing it.
First of all, you know how big of an Aaliyah fan I was. Okay.
Tell me that somebody.
What the? You
Hey, that was it.
you banned from the rest of the episode.
Look,
Oh,
look,
my
we
bad.
we know who wrote that song. You can't do that.
Oh,
you can't do that.
Right.
drip, drip, drip.
that was too much. I say it like this.
We from Louisville.
There's a lot of Louisville connection with Aaliyah.
With Static.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I ain't know.
Static Major. He,
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Static Major. Okay. I know Static.
starting with Are You That Somebody, he wrote like Missy, well, of course, R. Kelly first. But then Missy and Timbaland came in. And then
Yep.
Static kind of took her to that next level.
Okay.
Right. So you can't take it to heart. I take it so to heart.
Oh, my bad, player.
That's Louisville.
But you know what though? Okay, so back to the side chick
Still
thing.
gonna sing Aaliyah though.
In the shower.
Yeah.
Back to the side chick thing though. So, I was thinking to myself, why is it whenever you talk about people being on the side, we always talk about side chicks, we never talk about side dudes, I guess. Because it be dudes bragging all the time about how they could take another man's girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be some dudes who are cool with just being the side dude.
There's somebody out there trying to get that show on TV.
Right.
They just
Side-
ain't went through the right
even
channels.
in discussion, you never just hear about the side dude.
Cause the
I've
side
had some
dude don't
dudes-
say nothing.
Look, hold up, Pop. Recently, when I was seeing somebody, I had some dude that I was, trying to talk to before me and the last person I dated talked.
So you
And
saying you had a side dude?
No, listen.
Oh, okay.
See, look, why you trying?
I'm gonna jump to
Why
that
you trying to
conclusion.
start a pot? Why you trying to
Cause
start?
you had cut me off to tell your story, and it sounded like you was
You
about to
were
say,
saying foolishness
"Well, I
about it."
had another dude. I had a little side dude on the side
A
of the side of the side."
Diagonally.
He was playing his whole role.
So stupid.
Continue on. My
But I'm
apologies.
like aggressively trying to get me to agree to seeing him. And I'm like, no, I'm seeing somebody right now. Yeah, but he ain't got to know. Okay, but I know.
He don't.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. Like, why does that matter if he know? I know. I don't want to do it.
Keep it on the down low.
Wow.
And he was saying stuff like,
You want me, but he needs you.
oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm talking about literally offering his services via text. And I'm like, dude, but I'm seeing somebody like I don't. I'm like, not that don't sound tempting though, because it do. But I'm not going to do that.
Did y'all just hear this? Not that it don't sound tempting.
I'm saying. He was talking about what he was able to do. And I was like, well,
He probably talking about eating them groceries. And that always tempt a lady talking about eating them groceries.
On the
I don't
toilet
got
seat.
groceries. Nah.
You ain't got groceries.
No groceries.
On the toilet seat?
Why? We are not discussing that anymore.
I wonder if he affection took hold yet.
We ain't, so crazy. He
Is he
popped up in
still
my
alive?
suggested friends too.
Ooh.
I seen it, and it looked
Ooh.
like it really looks like in the picture in his beard. He got some
His face ain't naturally blurred out.
what's that cookie crumbs in his beard. That's what it looked like.
His face ain't naturally blurred out after what?
Right.
But I don't know, but it's so crazy because people were taking screenshots because he popped up in everybody's suggested friends because I guess his page got so much attention from that week.
He went viral.
He went
literally.
viral, yeah. Facebook was like, oh, this guy
man
seems
went
popular. Let's just put him in
viral.
everybody's suggestions. No, keep him out. He's
Get
gonna
back to the
infect.
topic,
He's gonna
'cause
infect my whole friend
We
suggestions.
gonna go off subject.
Look,
Get back to the
if-
topic.
But if you didn't hear last week's episode,
yeah, you
go
gotta
back and take a listen. You know
Please.
exactly what we talking about.
Yes.
I ain't even gonna tell you, so you got to go back and listen.
Yes. It's about a man having sex in a public restroom. That's all we're gonna say.
But Monroe, would you be okay knowing that you was a side chick? Just keep it real.
You might make me cuss.
I'm just saying, just think
Cuss
about
over.
it. Just because, just think about it. If dude had, let's just say he was a ball player, had millions, paid your bills, put you up in the house,
First of all,
bought you a car. I'm just saying, hold on, and bought you a car. Make sure everything your end is cool and kosher. You can, hey, whatever it is you want to do in life, you can go out and pursue that because he done paid the way, done paid all this money for you. Would you be okay being the side chick?
negative. First
Okay.
of all, I was raised to be able to take care of myself. I've ran my own business before. I've had rental property. I'm getting this business generated out of thin air right now.
Right.
So I don't need any man to do any of that for me. I can do it for myself.
I mean, you might not need it, but
And I
sometimes,
don't want it either.
sometimes you need an alley hoop.
No.
Okay, all right. All right.
Jesus is my alley.
Monroe telling me
Jesus,
that
your
you're
alley-oop.
sleeping with
Oh.
another woman. Just because I'm sleeping with her doesn't.
Wow.
Don't act like y'all
I'm
remember
about
that
to
song.
evict both of y'all from the show.
Don't act like y'all remember that song.
You know I remember the song.
Right.
But I'm just,
No, negative.
yeah.
This is Mr. Big. How you doing, Mr. Big?
While you over there singing,
The
you ever
hell is
played a side
going
dude?
on?
You been a side dude before, Q?
Not willingly. No.
Not. Ooh, there is
No.
a story here.
Not willingly.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, you gotta tell us what's up with that.
Spill that
If
tea.
you say not willingly, that means you found out that you was.
Yeah, about back when I was a young lad, coming up.
Back when you was a young lad.
Yeah, in the Louisville streets.
You ain't got no hair on your face. Now you still a young lad.
Hey,
That's
hey,
a sore spot.
Hey,
for
man.
them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't joke about
Hey,
the
man.
facial hair.
Hey, man.
Don't joke about
Yeah,
the
you got
facial
that
hair.
little
man.
fuzz going on. I'm like, as a young
man.
lad.
You know, it's
still
really
young.
difficult for light skinned men to grow facial hair sometimes. I've noticed that. A lot of my light skinned friends don't have no facial hair.
That's all right. I'm gonna give me a lace front.
You
They
know
got
what?
them out there.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna let you tell your story. Speaking of that, have y'all seen the dudes that's getting the weaves now?
We have, but we can't go off on the subject, man. That-
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
About LeBron.
I said we're gonna get back on it. We're gonna have to save that for another day. We're gonna get back on it, but I'm just y'all be on the lookout there because these dudes
Oh, I know.
is coming out
It's not just women anymore. We
looking
gotta
like
take
a
men and women
whole
to the pool.
nother person.
Yeah, LeBron. But anyway.
No,
take
I'm
women
talking
to the
about
pool. Yeah.
worse than I'm talking about
Yeah.
worse than that.
Oh, genuine. Anyway.
Ooh, blasphemy.
Hey,
Oh,
GY take an L on this podcast every week.
because he hating. That's why. He don't take no L.
My saddle, baby.
Static wrote that song too.
Here we go.
But anyway.
Anyway, but yes, go on with
back when I was a young lad,
right.
I was with this girl. I guess she was she wasn't my first girlfriend. She was my first. But anyway.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah, she was my
Tell
first.
the tea is hot.
of it. Yeah, the
The
tea
first
is hot.
I ain't gonna lie, I was in love. I was
first
gone.
to journey those rivers, those
Yeah,
parts.
You so stupid.
All right.
Well, no, it's a man, so it wouldn't be a river. What
Oh no, when you get to that certain part, that's your first time.
Was it her first time though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
there
thought
you
you said
go.
it was his, not hers. You know what I'm saying? It may, sometimes situations turn out that way.
Yeah, true.
Anyway,
Yeah.
go on with your story.
Yeah, I hope not. Anyway, she could have been lying after all these years. But anyway.
I mean, if you was a side dude, clearly she wasn't too unfamiliar.
Yeah, you do have a point there. Let's get to this
Can-
story.
can-
This
can I
story
get to
get
that point?
interesting. Here we
Can
go.
I get to that point? Anyway,
Yeah, here we
I
go.
was one of them dudes. I was in love. And so I didn't have a car. So I would come from campus on the bus
Okay.
before my first class, come to her house down in the West End, and walk her to her bus so she could go to school.
Hold
Then
on.
get back
In high
on.
school?
Hold on.
Yeah.
So you called a bus to her house
Yeah.
to walk her to her bus
Yep.
so she go to school.
Yep. And got back on the bus and got to my first class.
No wonder why you so
Oh,
jaded
wow.
on love.
Yeah. But that
You was
it,
whipped like Django.
it gets better. It gets because my last class, like I scheduled my classes around her. My last class, this was freshman year. My last class, I had to be able to get out of class and get back to the bus stop so I can go back, pick her up off the bus, and walk her home.
Oh my goodness.
Dang.
I don't think I ever
So
heard
was all
whipped
of
like
this
this before.
before she put it on you, or was this after she put it on you?
It was actually before.
So what was you doing
my
after?
God.
It
Right.
was actually before. Yeah.
He must have hit her with that necklace, the candy necklace afterwards.
Well, you know, it's so funny. This might be a little more personal than it needs to be. But what her dad
Can't even talk right
he
now.
can't even talk right. Hey, it must be that fire. He can't even talk right. He going through memories, boy.
her dad really didn't like it because I was older than her, but you know he was.
Hold on, you was a freshman in high school?
Yeah.
So she was in middle school?
No, she was a junior in high school.
What?
I'm confused.
Yeah,
we had
'cause you-
been dating before I went to college, so that's the only reason.
You a freshman in college?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was about to
Okay,
say,
so
boy, you
like,
was held back some years. Okay.
No, I was a freshman in college. She was still in high school.
She still was in high school.
Yeah, and so her dad really didn't want her going anywhere with me, but he allowed me to take her to church on Wednesday nights. So we went to Bible study.
Did y'all really go to church?
Yeah, we did, except for one night. But And I was one of them people like y'all know me. I can't really do people like, you know what I'm saying. I had a single dorm room. Like I didn't have any partner. You know how most people have.
Yeah.
So you had the time and the space.
Rubs hands like Birdman.
Well, I mean, you know.
To have a little own Bible study of your own.
Yeah,
To get to know each other a little bit more.
yeah.
Biblically.
Yeah, we studied the book of Song of Solomon. But anyway.
Message.
But no, eventually got to a point where when I was working for a gospel radio show in Louisville, she would come up there sometimes and she would spend the night with her sister on the weekends. She had an older sister, much older than me. She would spend the night with her sister, and then she.
That remind me of me. Sneaking to my granny, go stay at my granny's house on the weekends.
Yeah.
So sneak out.
Yeah.
I think this situation happens a lot because
Can I tell the story?
yeah, go ahead.
You did too.
No, my wife before we was married, she used to say I'm going to stay at my friend's house and would stay the weekend with me.
Hey.
Well, the night, not the whole weekend, but the night.
And y'all still together.
Yeah, that's how that first one got here.
But no, she would stay with her sister, and her sister would have men come over. Her sister was kind of hot like that, and
It must be back for the 99 to 2000.
No comment.
Look
Put all that back. Put all that back. But anyway,
Talk about she ain't got groceries.
right. She's let the whole store open then.
Right.
Oh, no, you didn't. Tell your little side dude story, anyways.
But no, she tried to tell me that she wouldn't mess with nobody. But come to find out, she's sleeping in the same bed with dude. I was like, dude can't sleep on the floor?
Huh?
So it was one of the guys that her sister brought over.
Yeah.
Oh, so her sister
Wow.
was like,
But she told me that he was trying to get at her. And I'm like, he can't sleep on the floor? Why you gotta sleep in the same bed? Like
I know that's right, because if I don't like no dude, I ain't even gonna hold your hand, let alone sleep.
that ain't
with you.
right. Like it's his head, you know what I'm saying, at one end and your head at the, you know how we used to
Even
sleep as
if it
kids.
was, that's still
Right. Even
not
if it was,
good.
that makes another
That's
position.
the position.
You know what?
Yeah,
Right,
buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
So
own
what,
something.
from the story you're telling, it don't sound like you was a side dude. You was the main dude, and she had a side dude.
No, she ended up cheating.
Yeah,
Clearly.
but
She sleep with
that
it.
dude was the side dude. You was the main dude.
Yeah, he ended up being the man.
Oh,
I got denigrated. I got downgraded.
yeah. You got set on the bench.
Yeah.
You from a starter
I
to
lost my love, man.
6 man of the year.
I just lost my love.
Let's go back to the first time
Uh-oh.
that happened though. That y'all did the thing that night that y'all
I
skipped
thought we was
Bible
talking about
stuff.
side chicks.
Now, how that happen? Well,
Huh?
you went down that road.
I'm saying.
I
That's
mean,
an integral part of the story.
that's what the listeners want to hear. They just text me and said we want to hear about
Just
that.
text you.
There you got your number. Anyway.
That one person in Africa do. They text me and say I want to hear about that.
Zamunda ain't even a country. But anyway.
He said something.
He got his own money, baby.
Right. If you're really a prince, I'll marry you. Anyway. What you trying? What you ask? Because
Oh, you had said something about that one night. Y'all supposed to go to Bible study.
right.
Y'all didn't go.
I had
You know,
a
that
vibe.
first time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was revived. But
Ooh.
Kind of like that J. Cole song. Do you remember your first time? There we go.
Come on.
Right after math class. Here we go.
really. What are y'all trying to ask?
I think we done asked the question.
Like 15 times now. I answered the dang question.
I mean, it happened. What y'all need to know?
It must have been boring.
So y'all supposed to go to Bible study.
It must have been boring.
What happened?
I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I was up there for like an hour just pumping and pushing. Like, I literally looked at the clock. I was like, damn, this ain't over yet?
You got your cramp? An hour?
That man was in between the sheets.
I was
He went-
still athletic back then. So
Hold on, but hold on.
Back then.
Well, you missed something. He said he did all that. Looked at his watch. Said this ain't over yet.
You surprised
You must
me
have been in the
with
wrong spot.
No, I was in the right spot.
Oh man, it must have been a desert.
Yeah.
First time ain't supposed to take that long.
It did. It
That
did.
should let you know that probably
Yes.
wasn't her first time.
Well, I also had on 2 condoms, so you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This story.
So was you?
Better.
Hey,
Hold
I
on.
wanted to be safe.
Was you like that one dude
Right, taking them off.
Nah.
taking them off, putting them on,
No.
running water in
No,
them, make sure ain't no holes?
Because you remember, like, he would go in raw.
They didn't come out.
Yeah, and then go to a pit stop and time himself and put it on and then hop back into it.
Let your big cousin tell y'all something. 2 rubbers is not the safest way to go.
Right. It's
That's
really
the
not.
way you gonna break one.
I'm 31 now. I know that.
I
now.
ain't talking to you. I'm just talking about for any listener out there that might still be doing something like that. You never know. We might got a
Right.
20-year-old
We got the
listener out there that
whole-
don't know too
We got
much.
to have a whole episode on sex education because the foolishness I saw this weekend on Facebook.
Again? Something else happened this weekend?
So okay, somebody posted on Facebook, about because a lot of people, a lot of us grew up during the Clinton era. So
Right.
Clinton was always like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. We're coming to find
Right.
out they had oral sex. People always try to act like oral sex isn't sex, but the key word
It ain't.
in oral sex is sex. You can still transmit diseases through that. So this
You
guy,
can.
Technically, the story was Monica strip teased for him and he jacked off. And some of it got on the dress. He used a little bit of the dress to clean up.
whatever.
They gotta be the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
That's
nobody-
literally what happened. That's what got him impeached.
He didn't get impeached.
He got
He
impeached, but
did,
it
yeah.
like they didn't enforce it.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't get kicked out of office.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can be impeached and still remain
Gotcha.
president.
I got you.
But
I
anyway,
got
so the guy was like, "Yeah, I've been eating, eating for years." He was like, "And I ain't never caught nothing, so it's really hard for you to catch something that way." He was like, "Only way you can catch something that way is if you got a cut in your mouth." And it was like, right,
Negative.
negative. That only applies to HIV. So
Like
and this
the
fool-
lie detector determined.
right,
That is a lie.
like the STD test determined.
Right.
So this dude was like in his 30s. So I'm like, y'all out here just really willy nilly just having sex.
I really need to
And-
start holding this class.
Just like
I'm
that.
saying.
Know something. I'll probably make some money off that. We can hold a class, man.
Hey, let's go all over the
we're
world.
gonna do
with
some
it.
live events anyway,
Let's
so
go all over the world.
they may
with it.
Hey,
have to be.
We can
So
set
folks
up
need to know
convention
something.
centers.
Folks need to know
They
something.
really do, especially our folks. Okay, black
Kevin
people.
Hart doing Madison Square Garden. We can do convention centers.
Right.
He ain't never did no convention center.
We lock down the convention center all across the world
That's all I'm
around
saying.
here.
Well, Clinton
Lock down
too.
all the convention centers.
Anyways, so back to the side chick.
But yeah, it's crazy to me that they really just out here just like they proud to be side chicks and that's what they want to do. But then what got me is that they gonna say, well, we don't approach men, they approach us. Hard for me to believe. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Some
I'm a
of them
married
probably
man.
are.
Some of them probably are, but I'm not saying that's the case all the time. I'm just going off my experience of being a married man. Women approach me more that I am married and see this ring than when I was single. And
That's
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I tell them straight up, nah, baby, I'm married or whatever. I got kids, the whole 9 or whatnot. And they be like, well, what they got to do with me? Well, it ain't got nothing to do with you, but I'm letting you know so it can stay that way of having nothing to do with you.
But that's
You know.
it just aggravates.
Just going on my own personal
It just,
experience.
Right.
it just aggravates me. Not only that, it makes me just so not to want to get married. Like it just reason 436. Like why I don't want to get married. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? You gotta worry about men coming after you. Women coming after your dude anyways. And then especially now that he has a ring on, so that's more motivation to come after him. Like that don't make no sense. That makes no sense to me.
Like to parallel, it's not the same, but in my own life, just having been in church as long as I have, being a man of God, like there's women who come after me, be like, "Ooh, you in the church?
Yeah,
you
'cause
know
you a
the
pastor.
Lord. You
Yeah.
come save me." No, baby. No, I listen to 3-6. I listen to Project Pat. No,
Yeah,
no,
but
you
that
don't
happened.
want to be saved.
Yeah, that I remember going to church and I got a couple uncles that are pastors and that happened to them just like Bishop Joseph Walker when his wife died had to get up in church one Sunday and tell these women don't come by my house at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Don't be coming back and forth my house. I just had an incident that just happened and y'all acting like ain't nothing happened and y'all all up
Right.
in our house. I mean, and let me say this. This is not about bashing women. We just talking about this whole side chick
Right,
situation.
exactly.
So, and then I heard women say, I'd rather deal with somebody who's in a relationship because I'm not looking for a relationship. That way I ain't got to worry about him stalking me, driving by
Ain't
my
gotta be bothered
house.
with 'em. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got to worry about being bothered with him. I just get
They
what
can
I
be a
want from
part-time
him
lover.
and I can go home.
But then look for another person who don't want a relationship. Like that don't make no sense to me. Like why you gotta pick somebody who's in a relationship? And the thing kills me is I've heard women say, well, I like a man who's in a relationship already because that shows he could be faithful or he could be in a relationship or committed. It was like
he established. That's the word I heard. He's established. I know he about his business.
That
This and
logic
another.
is dumb as hell.
I mean, it is.
it's so backwards. Like it's so backwards. Like you haven't proved anything. If he's willing to,
I like cheating men with relationships because you know
Right.
it shows that he's loyal.
what?
What?
What? Makes no sense. I don't get it, and I'm just not down for sharing. Like I'm just not down for sharing. I just can't do it. It's just too much going on out here.
You
'Cause
don't,
I be
you don't
dead
like the
off
community
like
ping?
No.
It ain't
No,
really
like-
community if it's just his main and the side, and that's it. Is it really community?
Ain't that a community? That's their own community.
Two people is a community now.
I mean, I would think so. Well,
yeah.
one or more gathered.
I would bring up last week, but you know.
Yeah, we leave it. But
That was a
look, this is my
community.
thing too. If you well, I guess that wouldn't work. I would say you could just go to them little spots that they got the what they call the swingers or whatever.
The swingers clubs.
But I guess they feel like they want their bills paid and stuff on top of that
Right,
too.
exactly.
That's what they doing. At the end of the day, is how I look at it. You blackmailing the man. You gonna give him some and be like, you better pay this, pay that, or I can let the cat out the bag.
I mean, my thing about the show is what's different from what's already on TV. All of everything named Housewife,
Ain't
Love
no
and
wives.
Hip Hop, even Black Ink. Black Ink is supposed to be about a black-owned tattoo shop.
And it's about I've seen so much about relationships.
It's about
on
drama.
there.
I haven't even
Drama.
watched the show, but every preview I see, it's about drama.
Yeah.
I watched some.
Yeah.
They ain't worth watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
watched it. It was like, who do I go back to get this time of my life back? Like,
But it's supposed to be about a black-owned tattoo shop, black businesses. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
There's more
I
drama
can
in
get
it
that.
than them
Dude,
tattoos.
it's more drama.
Yeah.
It's more drama.
I mean, that's what's hot right now. The drama. That's what's hot. Reality TV.
I have so much
drama.
of my own drama in my life. Like, I don't need to watch.
I don't need to watch
I
nobody
don't
else.
need right.
That's why I like Blackish. That's why I like Shots Fired, Carmichael
But
Show.
the
That's why I
thing,
like them type shows.
But besides Carmichael, besides Blackish, like we don't have a different world no more. We don't have the
Nah.
Cosby Show no more. Like we don't have those positive influences anymore. Like even My Wife and Kids, it was funny.
It was
It
funny,
still touched on some stuff.
right?
Right.
Cosby was funny. Still touched on some stuff.
Marlon
Even Jamie
Wayans
Foxx
come out with a show
had
now.
his moments where,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying. Marlon Wayans, yeah, he
His
got a show
come out
coming
in
up.
August.
Yeah. You know, these things are funny, Blackish, funny, but still touches on some stuff. All this other stuff, and you have women out here believing in that stuff, believing this is how you supposed to act. This is how you get a man.
Right.
See, this is my thing, which is why I teeter on this. So, one thing is that you have women who acted like this prior to, like we said, we acknowledge it. You know, a lot of our grandfathers had side families.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's just the fact that it's such an okay thing to do now is the problem. You know what I'm
Nah, it
saying?
ain't okay.
Right. Well, I mean,
It's all fun and games. Somebody get shot.
right, because I'll be the one to put a bullet in you.
Oh, Lord,
I
have
really
mercy.
would be. I'm like, I'm not even playing. Like, I don't play on my heart like that on my
We had to
body.
start paying you down for you come to the studio.
I'm
So
just
you be
saying,
talking
I'm
about
not the
violence
one.
every week.
I'm just saying I'm not the
Every
one.
week.
You getting pat
If
down
you
from
feel
now
like
before
you
you come
gonna
to the
cheat
studio.
on me, leave. You gonna either
Well-
leave voluntarily or involuntarily in a casket.
Well, that brings me up another point, and you know, I hate
There
to
gotta
put
be
that
a
business
casket.
out there.
It's gonna have to be.
Can it be emergency room?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Because if you make
I
it that
guess
far,
y'all
I'm coming
heard
there, I'm
that.
coming to cut your oxygen tank off.
if you gonna shoot your shot, you better shoot it right.
Man, just make sure you're in your good romper when you go. But anyway, but that brings about another point. Like I hate to put their business out there, and I hate that they going through it in the public. But Lala and Carmelo,
Right.
like
Allegedly.
allegedly,
Or Auntie and Tiny.
Now that
Well-
that ain't allegedly. That played out on
Yeah.
TV.
but that's the thing. Like it's a situation where these women know that their men cheat, but it's a situation where if they get somebody pregnant. Oh, that's just the ultimate disrespect.
Well, I can't say Lala knew. We just say allegedly he cheated. Lala must not know because she out of Dodge.
Well, there was a rumor that Lala knew that him being a basketball player, he did what he did. As long as you
Just don't bring it home.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
do have some women who are like that,
Right.
who are okay with that. You know, it's
And
just
I
like,
commend those women.
Right.
My wife ain't one.
That's like, I don't play with your life like that.
But that's the mindset
I
that
said my wife ain't one.
that's the mindset that brings you to a side chick show or a side piece show where, you know what I'm saying, you can do what you want to do. Just don't bring that stuff home. Like, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
I mean, and you gotta think about it. Now, when you get a woman like that, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a comedian. If I ever blow up to that level, we don't speak to exist. When I do blow up to a level,
Right.
Probably
and my wife say, I know you're on the road all these weeks at a time. You ain't home 3-4 months at a time.
Right.
Just don't bring it back home. I'm looking to say, yeah, it's probably time for us to end this.
Right. What's the point?
Exactly.
Because I'm looking at it like at this point, you ain't got to the point now where you just in it for the money and how you can live. And once she said it, I'm like, so what you doing when I'm gone for these 3 and 4 weeks on the road?
And that's the thing. As beautiful as Lala is, I'm like, please don't let that be true. Please, not Lala.
Well, especially what I seen on that one episode of Power. Good God. Yes.
I can't comment. I don't watch Power.
Hey,
Son, you need to catch up.
You really do. Not for that reason, though, but you really
Yes,
do.
for that. Not for only that reason.
Well,
That's a good reason.
I used to be a fan of 3LW. Naturi was always my favorite.
Player.
Before Lil' Kim. When she played Lil' Kim, that took it to another level. But
Player. They be saying the dark skinned women don't get no love.
hey, Naturi,
She gets the love.
Man.
Player.
She is. I've always thought she was gorgeous.
Man.
She's very pretty.
I mean, you got Adrienne Belon, you got Keely Williams, the Cheetah
I don't even know who the
Girls,
other
man.
two girls are.
They the Cheetah Girl. They went on to be the Cheetah
I don't,
Girls.
with Raven Simone,
Yeah.
I don't even know them.
You don't need to. Naturi?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
She had a baby on the way, too.
She
Yeah,
do?
that's unfortunate.
He said that's unfortunate. Shut
That's
up.
unfortunate.
Yeah, for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I can't say nothing about that.
Anyway.
All I'm gonna say is, Mr. Bill, you gonna tell me shut up, Mr. Bill?
What you talking about?
Who is Mr. Bill?
Who's married to Journey Smollett? That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't even know who Mr. Bill is.
The prosecution
You
rests.
put me on blast like that.
The prosecution rests.
He's talking about Josiah Bell.
Ah.
Is an artist. He used to be here in Nashville.
Yeah, I know. I heard of Josiah Bell.
Yeah. Shut up.
She got all giggly on the
I
inside.
never heard of this quiet on the podcast.
She
Wait a
rubbing the
minute.
chest and the neck. What's going on?
Touching the pearls and everything. Oh
Right.
my
You touched
goodness.
the nerve right there. Like how you whip that out on me like that?
I wouldn't
was
be
not
a side
prepared.
chick, but I'd be a side chick for him.
Right.
No.
Or-
Would not be a side chick.
Or
man.
Lance
You didn't
Alonso.
sound too confident in that no. It was more
Lance
like,
Alonso, I ain't gonna
no.
lie. I might be
think about it.
tempted. Lance Alonso. That's outside
Foolishness.
Genuine. That's my other weakness.
Foolishness.
Lance Alonso.
Foolishness.
see
You gotta
what I'm
say
saying?
it. I've been in love with
But
Lance
you're gonna be a
Alonso
side chick for Lance.
since the 8th
See what I'm
grade,
saying?
bruh. Since the 8th. I may not.
That nigga
be
don't
a-
know you.
Always
I
come
may
to a
not
point.
Be a side chick. I might have to have me one of them one nights and be singing like Kelly Price the next morning.
It's morning.
Right. I might have to do that. But Lance Alonso, you got to
Kelly Price
understand.
killed that song, by the way.
She really did. And she was dead wrong for singing it at that gospel show. But
She sure did. Ooh. She was speaking to some of them pastors at that gospel show.
Right.
hey, she low key
Right.
was. That's probably why they got mad.
They got real uncomfortable in
When
there.
their wives started having a flashback.
Right.
I remember that morning when you was with that heifer. Yeah. you
Right.
know.
Right. But back on subject. Speaking of that, there's some side dudes out here. As Q Joe said, it ain't just him. There's some other dudes out here. You don't
Right,
hear about
right.
the dudes that much because
That's what I'm
dudes
saying.
know how to play their part. They really do their deal, and they up out of there and might not talk to her for 2 weeks.
Right. How long was R. Kelly trapped in the closet?
Which closet? There's so many closets. Mark.
There's so many.
There's so many.
What was it, like 40 parts to it?
I mean,
Man,
people,
it
like,
was crazy.
Home Depot got closets everywhere. Like,
Did you see
no.
American Dad did a parody of it?
No.
I gotta send that to y'all.
Yeah,
American
I
Dad
hadn't
did.
seen it.
Yeah, he did a parody. Seth MacFarlane, I think that's his name.
Yes,
Yeah, Seth
right.
MacFarlane.
He,
yeah.
he did a parody of Trapped in the Closet.
I remember they played it on one-on-one. It was like, yeah, we're gonna run all our commercials. When we play all this, it's gonna be about 30 minutes long.
Right.
It's
Right.
ridiculous.
That's crazy. Speaking of music, have y'all heard the new TLC song?
Not yet. Not yet.
I have not heard new TLC.
Yeah.
I know they did
I ain't really feeling it.
So let me ask this: are they still a duo? Like, didn't they have a show back in the day?
Yeah, they were looking for a third member.
Yeah, they cut that.
Was
they
that
cut
just
that.
a one-time thing? Or?
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
cut that. They said ain't no way they could bring in a third member. I think they
so
tried
it's just
that.
T-Bars and Chili.
Yep, I
Yeah.
think they tried it and
Nah,
then
I'll be a
realized
side-
like,
I'll
nah,
be a
ain't no
side
way.
dude for
we
I was
gonna
Chili.
play
disappointed when I heard the song. I was like, no.
I'll be
Did
a
they
side
do a
dude for Chili.
Kickstarter for this album?
Y'all didn't catch what I said.
What's that?
I said I'll be a side dude for Chili.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But see, Chili got a lot of rules. You can't smoke. You can't drink.
I remember she
Gotta
did
have
the
a
little
6-pack.
dating show. Yeah.
You gotta go to sleep at a certain time. Like she had all these 1 million
six
rules.
pack of Powerade. That ain't nothing. We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Is that all she need?
Man, it was a lot more rules than that. She had a lot of rules.
Yeah, she did. But y'all was a little disappointed by the song. Like, I couldn't believe that. Because it was totally different than what their norm was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't even sound like old TLC. Which, I mean, you're not supposed to come out and sound exactly like your old stuff. But it should be identifiable to you.
Right. It should be able to hit your old fans.
Right. It was just like, who is this? Like,
do y'all feel, and this is kind of off subject, but do y'all feel that people like Drew Hill or even Escape just came back, Escape or SWV, do you feel that they have to hit a little bit of a nostalgia?
I mean, SWV did when they came back out. The songs that they had was like, you know, like it was still, it had that old 90s R&B feel. It just didn't sound like it was stuck in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It had like a retro feel.
That's what's missing right now.
It sounded almost like some Earth, Wind, and Fire type stuff. And it's like, y'all ain't never do nothing close to that.
Yeah, if they can bring back, if those groups can bring back the feel they had when they left, but still sound up to date, it's a whole void that they're missing. Because I've listened to some new artists today, and all these new dudes sound like Chris Brown.
They all sound the same, yeah.
They all sound the same.
Yeah.
Trey Songz.
So you remember back in the day,
Trey Songz, the only way you can tell him apart, he got the little quiver. He got the little vibrato.
I can tell Trey apart.
Like
I can tell Trey apart.
But August Alsina, Chris Brown, as much as I love the 502 come up, Bryson Tiller, they all
sound the same.
Right.
So back in the day, we had Eddie, we had Jura, we had Luther, we had even, and they won't bring them up, but R. Kelly, we had Joe. We had a lot of people had their own unique sound.
Right.
You know, you can tell different their voices. When a song come on, you heard that first, you already knew who it was.
Yeah. Nah, who was that?
Hey, don't you worry about that. I'm working on this.
I'm so lost. I'm like, who was that? Oh, shoot.
I knew she was going to come for you.
Yeah. Dave Hollister. All of them, you knew.
Okay.
Case.
Dave.
You knew them when they came on the radio. Today, you really got to, by the second verse, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's who this is. They mentioned something about Toronto. Or they said something about the West Coast. Okay, now I know who it is.
Montel.
Yeah, Montel.
Yeah.
Man. Girl, it's
so how back then we have all these different voices, but now everybody sound the same.
Yeah.
Auto-tune.
I don't think it's just auto-tune, because even with auto-tune, because T-Pain never sound like anybody else but himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still be original with auto-tune.
Yeah.
It doesn't change your sound. You know what I'm saying? Like,
his auto-tune is different from how they doing it now.
Right.
So they auto-tune it now to make you sound a little better and just make you sound like everybody. It's
you
crazy.
remember for a while,
because you can
T-Pain
play with auto-tune.
exposed auto-tune. Everybody was sounding like T-Pain. Like, as much as I love Jamie Foxx, blame it.
Oh, yeah, it's all auto-tune.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, even his style, even when Jamie Foxx is from T-Pain, like, granted, their voices may sound similar, their style of the music, how they sung, you know what I'm saying? It's still different. Like, these dudes literally sound like each other.
Yeah. They really do.
So that's the thing I'm saying.
They really do.
But you said something about another album you heard.
Oh man, that David Banner, the God Box, Straight Flames, Straight Fire. We've been waiting on it for a long time because he supposed to put it back, and he put it back again. But it finally dropped. It dropped like 3 weeks ago. Straight Flames is fire. So y'all ain't heard.
Speaking of nostalgia, is he like old David Banner?
Old Banner.
Okay.
He produced all of it. He rapping like old Banner.
How old? Like, cause he's on his old, like, you know, woke
moment right now. That's why I was asking.
I mean, but it's like that woke. It's like that woke mixed with a little ratchet. You know how you always did.
Okay.
Like T.I.'s last album when he tried to be woke.
Hey, T.I. been woke for a long time. He always hit you with that one song that let you know he had it.
I heard him
but
say that
it ain't completely like that.
He woke up in his marriage infidelity. Anyway.
Hey, look, only mistake he made is he messed with the woman that his wife had hired. If he wouldn't have did that, they'd still be married.
All them women he cheated with. I'm sorry.
If it wasn't for that one, he'd still be married to this day. She got brand new eyes. She should have seen that coming. She should have seen it coming.
I didn't see that joke coming.
She had brand new eyes. She should have seen that coming.
I didn't see that.
She bought her a new color of eyes.
Her and her daughter.
She should have seen that coming.
Zani got the same eyes.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I'm
should have
sorry.
seen that coming.
That's just crazy. Anyways, we got to wrap this up. Oh, I'm so great. Oh, I'm
just saying.
Anyways, y'all can catch us back here next week at the Kids at the Cool Table. Also, not to let y'all forget to please share the show. Let everybody know about us. We cannot be a success if you keep us a secret. Don't forget any artists. You know how we just spent this last few minutes talking about different artists. We definitely want to promote you or your music. If we feeling it, if it's banging, we definitely put you on support. Also, I forgot to forget some. Oh yeah, make sure you tell your dates for your show again.
Oh, June 15th, I'm be in Hendersonville. June 22nd, I'm be in Murfreesboro at Wall Street. June 15th, just look out for that one. It's gonna be in Hendersonville. I got the name of the place, but I will be posting that flyer on my Facebook and Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. And like Monroe said, don't keep it a secret like a side chick. We okay to be all the way out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Let us be known.
Be front center.
Listen,
let us be known.
Share.
So silly. Anyways, it's been another episode. I'm Miss Monroe. You can catch me on Instagram at OH_MUNROE.
Hey, it's your big cousin Jay Flake. It's J.Flake __ comedy. That's on Instagram and Facebook.
It's Q Joe @ BLACQ DOGG. Holla at me.
See y'all next week.
We out of here.